So in today's video, we're going to go through all the Liverpool transfer news that's come out today, look at their transfer targets and some of the appointments that might happen. And if there's one thing that worries me about Liverpool next season, it's that they've got Michael Edwards back, because this guy is one of the best of the best. When Manchester United brought in Ineos, I thought, I don't think it's possible, but if Ineos could get Michael Edwards, that is my number one. Unfortunately, he is back at Liverpool, and I will say this to all Liverpool fans watching. The way I look at it is that if Michael Edwards has chosen Arne Slot to be your next manager because he believes he's the best candidate, Michael Edwards is the expert. Michael Edwards is very good at his job, so trust him in that. You know, looking at the way Amorim plays to the way Arne Slot plays, Arne Slot is more suited to Liverpool's philosophy and, of course, the players they have. Now, it's been said that the plan is for Slot to focus on coaching and preparing Liverpool's first team, while reporting to sporting director Richard Hughes, who will oversee recruitment and other aspects of the football department. Above them both will sit Michael Edwards. Liverpool have done very well in terms of recruitment. They've got the data specialist in Michael Edwards, and him and Richard Hughes are going to be looking at recruitment. And I saw this tweet from Jay that said this: Liverpool's talent ID is insane. Who buys a left back from Hull City and turns him into a world beater, and a winger from Roma and makes them a Ballon d'Or contender? And that's where we're going to talk about Liverpool's potential transfer targets. And I thought that Amorim was going to be, the perfect manager for Liverpool. I thought that Amorim was a great manager. And then Liverpool were linked to Arne Slot. And I did my research on Arne Slot, and I said, you know what? Arne Slot makes a lot more sense. And Melissa Reddy explains here why, three at the back, the recruitment that you've got to do. And it will be easier for Liverpool to recruit under, of course, Arne Slot. So let's dive into Liverpool transfer news, their transfer targets, who Arne Slot has reportedly picked out, what could happen, and more. And I think the most obvious thing is Liverpool's going to sign a centre-back, probably a centre-back that can play left-back and left centre-back, potentially two centre-backs, depending on exits, of course. But they'll definitely sign one centre-back, potentially two. And I think that one centre-back will be playing more so on the left-hand side. They have been linked to Inacio, but I think that's going to be kept with Amorim, and I'm going to talk about who I think Liverpool will get. But Romano did confirm that centre-back seems to be a priority. So I was thinking of, some of the centre-backs that Liverpool have been linked to, and I think those in black are more realistic than those in red. So that's why I've put some in black and one in red, because of price. I don't think Liverpool are going to spend crazy money, although Hincapié, I think, could be a little bit expensive. Pacho could be a little bit expensive. I do think value for money, Hanko and Lukami could be the best options at centre-back for Liverpool. I think Lenny Euro is insane, but I think he's Real Madrid bound. Brownthwaite could be a little expensive and all of that. So let's look at the players that Liverpool have been linked with. And first of all, we're going to talk about Hanko. Now, first of all, he's at Feyenoord. He knows Arne Slot's system. There's been a few links to him, even this link here. So this link at the bottom where it said David Hanko's agent confirmed Liverpool are one of the clubs in contact over a signature, amongst others, was reported in January before we knew anything about Slot. I think we knew Klopp was leaving around then, but before anyone knew anything about Slot. So we'll look at it. He's a 26-year-old centre-back, and maybe that's a little bit later on the age side, but I always think sign 20 to 26-year-old good players with the right attitude that suit the system, that can be developed further into superstars and the team players. Bosh. When you think that he's going to be about 30 to 35 million pounds, left centre-back, left-back hybrid kind of player, no Slot system, you've got a lot there. He's a leader, he's big, he's strong, could be a Van Dijk sort of replacement in that sense. I don't think anyone can really replace Van Dijk and live up to him, but he's definitely got a few capabilities. I think he's very technically good on the ball and comfortable on the ball. He's an elite carrier and passer of the ball and a strong wide defender. In the way that the Premier League's moving, in the way that Arne Slot plays, very expansive football, he needs athletic monsters on the pitch. And this guy's very good at defending the wide areas. And I think value for money, this could be a very good signing. And Liverpool have been looking at him as well. And Ethan named a few players that value for money could be very good in the transfer market. And I think Todibo hopefully comes to Man United because of the Nice connections. But there are some very good options out there. Now, someone that I think is brilliant is Hincapié. 22, centre-back, can play left-back. The only concern may be that he doesn't play in a back four, he plays in a back three. 15 clean sheets, 0.71 goals conceded, but where he's great is his ability to break lines, as I've put there for some reason. Very good on the ball, very comfortable on the ball, can carry the ball, press resistant, break lines, very good at defending wide spaces, very attacking for a centre-back as well. I think that he could play left back, he could play centre back very, very comfortably. And with Robertson potentially injured and being moved on, and Tsimikas not totally convincing, this could be another option that Liverpool look at. The question is, it could be a fee of 50 million, but it was said that Liverpool are admirers of him. They're also admirers of Florian Wirtz and Edmund Hap Sober in the past. But this is definitely one to keep an eye on. And then another player that Liverpool have recently been linked to a lot, and I'm talking, Di very credible links, is Pacho, the 22-year-old centre-back from Frankfurt. Very good centre-back, very good potential. I think at Liverpool, developed the right way, could be a very good player. Question marks over 60 million euro fee. Could there be better options out there, value for money? That is the question mark. But I think defensively, he's the best. The other names we've listed are very, very good on the ball, very technically gifted. But Liverpool have been quite vulnerable defensively this season. Their attack has let them down in the sense that they're not scoring, but their defence is conceding first. Their defence is conceding silly goals. And I think that's another reason why Liverpool have slipped out a little bit out of this title race at the moment. And obviously, Pacho is one of Liverpool's priority transfer targets this summer. And apparently, talks have taken place with his agent. And Di Marzio saying that Liverpool are pushing for him this summer. And this link came out only a couple of days after Slot was announced. So is this something that they're looking at? Obviously, Michael Edwards and all of that is going to do transfers, but they're obviously going to have conversations with Slot about it. They've got a way that they want Slot to play. They're going to recruit players to play that way, but Slot will have a say. And I think out of all the players, defensively, this guy, in terms of ball recoveries, interceptions, could be the best choice. Some other options are better on the ball. So let's also talk about other players linked to Liverpool. Gerrit Truger, I've probably said his name wrong, would love to join Arne Slot at Liverpool and is ready for a transfer. And when I've watched him play, right back, right centre back, been very, very good. Now, this could be someone that Liverpool look at 25 million. Liverpool could get Pacho, and then they could get this guy alongside him, or that Liverpool could get one big, 40, 50 million centre-back, and this guy alongside him, who's reportedly only going to be about 25 million pounds, because he could be integral to Slot and the way that Slot wants to play. He's tactically versatile, right back, centre backs, even play left back, even play DM. You see Arsenal signing Jurrien Timber that's not played this season. Jurrien Timber can do all of these positions, basically. This guy, always available, captain at 23. Probably he is Slot's most used player. Slot likes him. 6'2", athletically got what you want. Strong, fast, good tactical awareness, good reading of the game. Very, very good on the ball. Very technically good. If you're thinking 25 million, he could come along another player, and that could be two signings that fix Liverpool's defence as well. I think you look at players like Aït-Nouri, that'd be great at left back, but you're thinking 50, 60 million for a left back. Could Liverpool, potentially with a limited budget, do better in terms of, spreading the money, which is something Michael Edwards does. There is a few questions over, first percentile for blocks and clearances, 32nd percentile for interceptions, but you've got to remember he plays for the team that has the ball the most, so he has the least defending to do, so it will be lower. William Saliba and Gabriel have been hounded as the best centre-back pairing in the Premier League, but if you look on their FBref, their defensive numbers are quite low because they haven't had as much defending to do as other teams, so you always have to take that into account when looking at FBref statistics. Now, Liverpool's defence is probably going to be two centre-backs, or a left-back and a centre-back, or one centre-back that can play left-back and left centre-back, and then another centre-back. I think they will make potentially two signings in defence, depending on who's out. Now, reportedly, Salah is going to stay at Liverpool, and even though he turns 32 in June, he's set to stay. I mean, there is rumours of him going to Saudi, and potentially Liverpool might put out that he's staying and wants to stay to get a bigger bid from Saudi. You never know till it's over, but Paul Joyce and David Ornstein are probably two of the best journalists surrounding Liverpool. But even if Salah stay, Liverpool need a winger. I think Liverpool need a winger that can play left wing, right wing, and be genuine competition for Salah. Because I don't think Harvey Elliott's a right winger, and I think you need to play Harvey Elliott in his best role because it's a good player in Harvey Elliott, and Slot loves using young, athletically good players that work hard, and that's Harvey Elliott, and he'll be good in the midfield for Liverpool. But they want a winger. They've been linked to Somerville of Leeds, they've been linked to Bakayoko, they've been linked to 18-year-old Lewis Gaham, they've even been linked to Elise, who's reportedly going to be about £55 million. Hopefully Elise ends up in Manchester, not at 115 at Manchester United, just to clarify, but I think they would all be very good options, and obviously with some of them they can play left wing, they can play right wing. I think Bakayoko, value for money, could be quite good, but I think one player I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool went for, and the only reason I don't think they've been more linked to him is because of competition, is Nico Williams. £43 million release clause. Can play right wing, can play left wing, but he is an elite dribbler winger. And when I'm talking at someone that is dribbling, there's someone that's good on the ball, someone that's great in 1v1 scenarios, that's what you've got in Nico Williams. He is fast. He is good 1v1. He can go inside, he can cut inside and deliver a good shot, can deliver a good pass. His ball striking is very good. He can go on the outside and get past wingers. He's good in transition. He's good at breaking down low blocks. He's got everything that you want in a winger. And in the Premier League and an Arne Slot system, £43 million, left wing, right wing, Salah backup, genuine good competition to Diaz, Jota, whoever's playing on the wing, one of the most explosive 1v1 wingers. And the fact that off the ball, he works hard, he presses a lot, he's an elite carrier. I think that Nico Williams is who Liverpool should be looking at on the wing. And I think that I wouldn't be surprised if they get a link to a name like this. Maybe they get Somerville. Of course, I think, it's very Michael Edwards to get someone that, isn't super known and they develops him into a monster. But because I think, Real Madrid and Man United and Arsenal and everyone will be looking at Nico Williams. Probably more Barcelona than Real Madrid, because Real Madrid have got like Endrick and Mbappe coming in. But one position that's very important, despite Endo coming in and doing a good job this season, is DM. And I think arguably that is the most important option for Liverpool. And my value for money option would be Fofana. I think that's someone Michael Edwards looks at. I think that's someone that's not been linked massively to Liverpool. I think Varela and Weaver could be good. I do think Weaver's really good, but I still think he's a bit more suited to what Man United need and what Newcastle need than what Liverpool need. But obviously, he's played under Arne Slot. I think, Amadou Onana could be good. I think Bruno Guimaraes, would be out of budget, but he would be very good. So let's talk about midfielders. So Alan Varela had been linked to Liverpool before, but it wasn't by super reliable sources. But he could be a bit of an understudy and a mix with Endo. And I think he's very good in sort of a deeper role where he can provide passing options for the defence. He likes to be the first receiver in midfield and he progresses play quite well. He's a DM that's very good on the ball. I think Endo's very good at winning the ball back, but sometimes Endo's a little bit slow at moving the ball and moving the ball forward, whereas Varela, he's a bit quicker than that. And Arne Slot will obviously want to keep possession, play it forward. Varela looks defensively good, looks to have good reading of the game, good work rate. And like Rodri, he scans the pitch very well. There's a very intelligent player in Varela who always shows for the ball. And that could be someone that is very cheap, £35 million this summer. And of course, Mats Weaver's one that's been linked to Liverpool a lot. 6'2", long-legged dual winner, intercepts well. I think what you've got with Mats Weaver is under Arne Slot, he'll want athletic monsters at Liverpool, players that can cover mass amounts of ground. And with Mats Weaver, you've got someone that can control the ball well, that is press resistant, that is good at progressing the ball. You've got someone that does what Arne Slot wants out of possession and in possession. He can stop transitions, he can win the ball back. But I think what you've got is the athletic monster needed to play Arne Slot's way of football, where he's mobile, he's athletic, he's physically and technically good. He's got everything off the ball in terms of covering ground because of his long legs, fitness, press, positional awareness. He could be someone that really bolsters and brings that energy to Liverpool midfield that will be needed under Arne Slot. Now, there's two players I think will thrive under Arne Slot, and that's McAllister and Weaver. Not McAllister and Weaver, McAllister and Harvey Elliott, weirdly, because I do think they have the off-the-ball capabilities and work rate and athleticism that suits Arne Slot's style of play. But it is a very, very demanding style of player, and I think Liverpool will notice that. And then, of course, Fofana. Fofana for 25 million could be the steal of the summer. And I think he'll be linked to Liverpool. I think when he can carry the ball well, when he's athletically good, good in duels, good in visions, very good 6+8 hybrid, can bring the best out of McAllister. This is the tall guy that's physical and can stay back, and McAllister can push forward, because we've seen when Endo sort of played DM and McAllister's played further up, how good he's been for Liverpool. I think someone like Fofana can replicate that, be the physical guy that brings the best out of McAllister. And you look at Manchester City, and I saw a quote saying that Manchester City, play to get the strengths out of their best players and ride players to cover their weaknesses. I think McAllister's arguably been Liverpool's best player this season, and I think Fofana's a player that can cover McAllister's weaknesses and allow Liverpool to play to McAllister's strengths, because I think McAllister's a special player. Other players Liverpool have been linked to are Ait Nouri and Levi Colwill that could play left back, left centre back. And there was a report by Paul Joyce, who's a very good journalist, saying that Nunes was a Klopp signing, and Liverpool, they currently preferred a Christopher Nkunku type player. Now, there are some rumours that Darwin Nunes could be up for sale this summer at Liverpool. And I think if they're looking for a more Nkunku-esque player rather than a Nunes-esque player, then you've got Mateus Cunha of Wolves, Xerxes of Bologna, and even João Pedro of Brighton that could all mirror that Nkunku role. And I think potentially Cunha of Wolves, but I think he'll be a bit expensive, would be a really good option. Xerxes seems Juventus-bound, but I think that Liverpool will be doing some very clever business. We're talking about some of the players linked to Liverpool and some of the players that I think Liverpool will be linked to that could be very good. But the mad thing is, Michael Edwards so good. There's probably someone that I've never heard of, and most of you guys have never heard of, that Liverpool might be linked with and then sign. There's a few players Liverpool haven't been linked with now and may sign. I think Michael Edwards is very, very clever. And I think what Liverpool do this summer, the matter that they're losing Klopp, and I know they've dropped out the title race, and I know that a lot of Liverpool fans are a bit disengaged, but you've got some of the smartest people making decisions, and Arne Slot is the head coach, and they'll be doing the recruitment. I think Liverpool will invest very smartly this summer. Thank you for watching. Please do hit that like button. Of course, subscribe down below if you're new. Bye.